Hello everyone, this is ASHARANI from APPA Public School. Welcome to online classes. So in the previous class, we have discussed about the properties of rational numbers. Closure property, associative property, and the commutative property. So let's begin the class with the distributive property. Okay. So how we can say that what is distributive property? If the rational number A, B, C satisfy this A into B plus C, how can we write this? We will multiply A into B first. So AB, right? Then again we multiply A into C, that plus AC. The distributive property we will get in this form. So how about the rational number? For the rational number, the rational number that is A by B, C by D plus E by F. So this is our distributive property. Always we will get the distributive property in this form and we have to extend. How we can express? First we have to multiply this first to this. Good afternoon children, once again. A by B into C by D. Right? Then if it is addition, add. Then again this A by B we have to multiply with this next one. That is A by B into E by F. This we can call distributive property multiplication over the addition. Only we will pure distributive property only for the addition and subtraction we will use. So similar way, if it is a subtraction, then only we will change the sign, nothing else, right? Only we will change the sign. How? That is A by B into C by D minus E by F. So this is distributive property, multiplication and the subtraction or the subtraction. How can we write this? We'll get the question in this form. And how can we extend? How can we express this? We can express that is A by B into C by D. This minus. So again, this we have to multiply A by B into E by F. So this is our distributive property, multiplication over subtraction. You should remember only the general form of the distribution property. So it will be easy to solve the exercise problem. Okay. So we'll go for the next. We have completed all the properties here. Yes. Now next topic is additive inverse. Our next topic is additive inverse. What is exactly it is additive inverse? Have you thought about the additive inverse? Additive inverse. What is additive inverse? Can anybody tell me what is additive inverse? Anybody have learned or else you know what is additive inverse? Or first time you are listening, ma'am? हम तो पहली बार सुन रहे. Additive inverse means what? Yeah, very good morning, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. So can you tell me what is additive inverse? You heard? No, it's zero. Zero is not additive inverse. It's related to that. What is additive inverse? See, when we are adding two rational numbers, the sum should be zero. The sum should be zero, then we can say it is a additive inverse. How? See, any rational number can be taken 3 by 4. 3 by 4. When we are adding, and one more condition is whenever we are taking any rational numbers, the negative of that rational number only we have to take, then only we will get the answer 0. The sum is 0. So 3 by 4 plus minus 3 by 4. Then only see 3 by 4 plus minus divided by 4. 3 by 4. What is the answer? 0. So the sum of two rational number should be 0. Then only we can say it is additive inverse. And one more thing you should remember: 0. 0 is called additive identity. Additive identity. Please remember. 0 is called what? 0 is called additive identity, because whenever we are adding two rational number or else a rational number with all negative, with its all negative, the sum what we are getting 0. That 0 is called additive identity, right? Yes. So here 0 is the additive identity. Generally, how can we write A? A is a rational number. For according to us, A is a rational number. What is the negative of A? What is the negative of A? So we get the answer 0. What is the negative of the A? Can anybody tell me? What is the negative of the A? How can we write? Yes, tell me. Baswali, can you tell me what is negative of the A? Yes? Vaishnav, very good. So minus A. Sum of that minus A. It's 0. So 0 is the additive identity. Then how we will get the questions? How we questions will come the exam or in a textbook? We got additive inverse means the sum of two numbers. If it is the sum is 0, then only it is additive inverse, and 0 is called the additive identity. Now the question is, if example 3 by 4. The question is 3 by 4. They are asking to write additive inverse of this. 3 by 4 is the question. Can you write additive inverse of 3 by 4? Yes, the additive inverse of 3 by 4 is additive inverse of 3 by 4 is minus 3 by 4. Only sign change, the vice versa. Additive inverse of 3 by 4 is minus 3 by 4. If the question itself only minus 3 by 4, if question is minus 3 by 4, then what is the additive inverse of minus 3 by 4? Can anybody tell me? What is the additive inverse of minus 3 by 4? Minus 3 by 4. Question only minus 3 by 4 we have it. What is the additive inverse of minus 3 by 4? Yes, who's that? First answer. Arun Kumar, yes. Arun Kumar, yes, Pita. The additive inverse of minus 3 by 4 is plus 3 by 4. Only the sign will change. So please remember, whenever they ask what is the additive inverse of the particular question, only have to write the negative of that. If the negative already they have given, then you have to write the positive of that. That's it. Oppositely. Okay. Hopefully you understand this. What is additive inverse? Now we'll go for the next. That is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. What is multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse. What is the meaning of the multiplicative inverse? When two rational numbers, if we multiply, the product should be 1. The product should be 1. When we are multiplying two rational numbers, the product should be 1. That we can call as a multiplicative inverse. Or else, when we are multiplying the rational number with the own reciprocal, when we are multiplying the rational number with its own reciprocal, the product will be 1. That we can call as a multiplicative inverse. How? See, A by B is a rational number. A by B is a rational number, right? We have to multiply its own reciprocal. Own reciprocal means what? We have to write ulta. Right? Reciprocal means ulta only, our language. So A by B, how can we write? B by A. What is the answer? 1. The product of these two is 1. Because B cancel, A cancel. So 1. This one is called. This one is called what? This one is called what? 0 is the additive identity. Then how about 1? What is 1? Yeah, you have written 1. What is meaning of that? This one. What we can say for this 1? What is this 1? I didn't get still answer. Multiplicative. Pushpa, very good, beta. 1 is called multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. Please remember and don't get confused. 0 is the additive identity. 1 is the multiplicative identity. What's the meaning of the multiplicative inverse? When we are multiplying two numbers or rational number with its own reciprocal, the product will be 1. That is our multiplicative inverse. That one is called multiplicative identity. Then how we will get the questions for this? How we can get the question for this? What is multiplicative inverse? How can we get the answer? This example can we see? Example 6 by 5. What is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5? What is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5? What is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5? Can anybody tell me what is the multiplicative inverse of 6 by 5? Yes, Channu, very good, beta. 5 by 6. Multiplicative inverse is 5 by 6. If I asked minus 6 by 5, what is the multiplicative inverse of minus 6 by 5? What will be your answer? If my question is, what is the multiplicative inverse of minus 6 by 5? What will be your answer? Still I didn't get. If question is yes, very good. Who's that? Shrishti, very good. Shrishti Mudhod. Very nice to that. Multiplicative inverse is what? Minus 5 by 6. There is no changes of sign. The sign will be as it is. There is no sign change in the multiplicative inverse. Only the sign will change in additive, not in the multiplicative. So please remember, here only we will write the reciprocal of this, nothing else. We are not going to write any changes of the sign. So you have to write as it is. Okay. I'll give some 2 questions for this. Quickly have to give answer there only. Six by 5, 3 by 4, 3, 4 by 5. Can you write additive inverse and multiplicative inverse for both? Write it fast. Additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse. Fast. Quickly. Additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse. And you have to write additive inverse. AI, multiplicative inverse, MI. So it will be easy to write. Yes, multiplicative inverse and additive inverse. AI of this, all the 3. MI of all the 3. What is additive inverse? I don't want direct answers. What you have written? Multiplicative inverse or additive inverse? Yes? I didn't get correct answers. Who's this? Nusrat. What it is? Aishwarya, only you are writing answer. What you are writing, I am not understanding. Whether you are writing multiplicative inverse or else additive inverse. See, additive, first I will go with the additive inverse. First we will go with the additive inverse. Additive inverse of this is minus 6 by 5. Right? Cross check. Additive inverse of 3 by 4 is minus 3 by 4. Yes. Additive inverse of 4 by 5 is minus 4 by 5. Only the sign will change in the additive inverse. Then how about multiplicative inverse? Now we'll write the multiplicative inverse for this. All the 3 questions. Multiplicative inverse, that is MI. 5 by 6 because reciprocal we should write for the multiplicative inverse. And here 4 by 3 and here 5 by 4. So please don't get confused between the additive inverse and the multiplicative inverse. Once again I am repeating, 0 is called additive identity, 1 is called multiplicative identity. Please remember. Okay. Next topic, equivalent rational number. Equivalent rational number. Now you tell me what is the meaning of equivalent, because in the previous class we have learned about the equivalent fractions. Now what is the meaning of the equivalent rational numbers? What is the meaning of the equivalent rational numbers? Yeah, hi, hello, Buddha. Now tell me, what is the meaning of the equivalent rational numbers? Because we have learned equivalent fractions. The similar way, we should know about the equivalent rational numbers. Yes, Sandhya. Yes, very good, Buddha. Vaishnavi, equivalent rational number. So what is the meaning of the equivalent rational number? Who's that? You can read the code, we will say afterwards. First you concentrate here. Two rational when two rational numbers are equal. Yes, exactly. Near to the answer. Very good, Abhishek. See, equivalent rational number is nothing but when we are getting several type of rational number, value is same, but the form is different. When the rational number that have the same value but which are representing the different form, that numbers we can call as an equivalent rational number. Can I write some example for this? 3 by 2. 3 by 2. How? The next. Next. See, can we say these are the equivalent rational numbers? These are all equivalent rational numbers. Can we say the value of these rational numbers are same, but we are representing a different form? Can we say? Can we say these all are the equivalent rational numbers? Let's check. How? The value should be same. I say 3 by 2 first. We can't simplify further. Next. Then 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6. Then 4 3s are 12, 4 2s are 8, 5 3s are 15, 5 2s are 10, then 6 3s are 18, 6 2s are 12, 7 3s are 21, 7 2s are 14, 8 3s are 24, 8 2s are 16. You can check all the answers we are getting 3 by 2. It means these all numbers are equivalent rational numbers. We are representing in different form, but the result is 3 by 2 only. We are getting 3 by 2 value of these all rational numbers. So all are same. So that these numbers we can say equivalent rational number. Okay. Hope it's clear. Can we go for the next? Now representation of rational numbers on number line. Representation of rational numbers on number line. See, already we have learned that integers in the previous class, that representation of numbers on the number line. Yes or no? Now, another numbers. Can you tell me an example for that? Representation of rational numbers on number line. Representation of rational numbers on number line. Number line. This already we have learned in the previous class, right? Representation, isn't it? Representation of rational numbers on the number line. We have represent numbers on integer numbers. We have represent on the number line. The same way we have to represent rational numbers also on the number line. Can you give me one example? Which numbers we can? Can you give me example? Which numbers we can? Which numbers we can? Can I only? Minus 2 by 5. Okay. Let's take example. Minus 2 by 5 only can be. See, one of my students have said minus 2 by 5 can be represented. First, to check. First, what we have to do? See, everybody know that number lines always we will represent like this. At least you know. And that is center 0 and right hand side all positive numbers. And the left hand side always the negative numbers. At least you know this all because previous class we have learned. In a bridge course also we have learned. Yes. Now our question is we have to represent minus 2 by 5 on that number line. So for that first we should know This minus 2 by 5 will come in between what numbers? Yes, first of all, we should know that this minus 2 by 5 should come in between numbers. So for that, we'll go for this child method. 5. First, forget about the negative. Only concentrate on the positive side, right? 5. How can you go? 0, 2. 0.0. 5 4s are 20. So what is exactly mean? 0.4 first. 0.4 will come in between which numbers? Can you tell me? And that too minus 0.4 is there, not plus, because don't forget here it is now. Minus 0.4 will come in between which numbers? Minus 0.4 will come in between which numbers? Can you tell me how can we represent the numbers on the number line? Before that, we should know now this 0.4 will come in between which numbers? Yes, Sinchana, very good, Buddha. It will come in between 0 and minus 1. 0 and minus 1. Is it correct? It will come in between 0 and minus 1. Yes, exactly. So, can we represent now? We have to represent on the left side or right side? We have to represent these numbers on the left side or right side? My question is, can we represent this number on the right side or left side? Which side we have to represent this number? Minus 2 by 5. Where we can represent right side or left side? Still I didn't get answer. Left, Abhishek. Yes, very good, beta. Because minus is there, so that's what all the negative we will represent on the left hand side. So that's what. So shall I write 0 here? So this side we are using. We'll start with the 0. And minus 1. Can we take minus 1 here? Why this much gap? Because we have to represent 0.4. For that, what you have to do? First procedure is first look at the denominator. Look at the denominator. How many? What is the denominator? 5. So you have to make a 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. This including this 5. What is first procedure? What is the denominator? That many parts you have to make. First you have to make it simplest form. So in between number you have to find. So 5 parts now. 0 is minus 1 by 5, minus 2 by 5, minus 3 by 5, minus 4 by 5, then 5. This is minus 5 by 5 is nothing but minus 1 only we will get. What is our question? We have to represent minus 2 by 5 in the number line. Where is minus 2 by 5? Here. So like this we can represent our numbers on the number line. So several examples we will solve in the exercise problems. Hopefully you got how to represent the numbers on the number line. First thing you have to remember that first we have to make a simplest form to understand it will come in between which number, right? The second thing we have to look on the denominator or else first negative or positive. If it is a negative means left hand side. If it is a positive means right hand side. That you have to see. Next is denominator. Third point, denominator. You have to look on the denominators. How many parts we can make? If it is 5, then you have to make a 5 parts. If it is 6, you have to make a 6 parts. So 3 things you have to remember to represent the numbers on the number line. Okay. Hopefully you understand. The next topic is rational numbers between 2 rational numbers. Rational numbers between 2 rational numbers. So shall we? What it mean, ma'am? Rational numbers between 2 rational numbers. 2 rational numbers. Before that, you check. First we will check with the natural numbers, so it will be easy to understand. Natural numbers, like natural numbers. See, I have written 1 and 9. I am asking you to write the numbers between 1 and 9. I am asking you, can you write the numbers between 1 and 9 for the natural numbers? How can we write? How can we write? Can you tell me? How can we write the numbers between 1 and 9? How can we write? How many numbers we can get? How many numbers we can get? Yes, that is 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers we have written in between 199. That is finite numbers. We can write the finite numbers between the two natural numbers. The similar way for integer, whole number is not necessary because 0 only might include the integer. Can we check with the integer? See, 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. Sorry, +1 it should be. Right hand side we have to write plus 1, 2, 3, 4. -1, -2, -3, -4. Right? If I'm asking, can you write the rational numbers between, sorry, integers between -2 and 3? Can you write -2 and 3? Can you write the numbers between -2 and 3? Integers, can you write integers between -2 and 3? -2 and 3, beta. Can you write? Yes, can you write -2 and numbers, integers between -2 and 3? What are the answer? Yes, very good. That is -1, -1, 0, 1, 2. These 4 numbers we will get in between these two integers. It means here also we will get only finite rational numbers. Sorry, finite integers. Finite integer. So we understand that how to write the numbers between, right? Now we'll try with the rational number. Try with the rational number. Can I take example 2 by 10 and 7 by 10? 2 by 10. Can you write how many rational numbers we can write in this? How many rational numbers we can write in between 2 by 10 and 7 by 10? How many rational numbers we can write in between 2 by 10 and 7 by 10? Can anybody tell me? 4 rational numbers? 4? Check. As you have said, 2 by 10 means you are telling that 3 by 10, 4 by 10, 5 by 10, 6 by 10, right? But in rational numbers, we can write infinitely many rational numbers between two numbers. Once again, I am repeating. In a rational numbers, we can write infinitely many rational numbers in between two numbers. How? Because just now we have studied about the equivalent rational numbers. How? 2 by 10 can we write 20 by 100 and 70 by 100? Can we write 20 by 100 and 70 by 100? Can we write? Yes, of course we can write because the equivalent rational number of 2 by 10 is 20 by 100 also it is possible because if you have cancelled, if you have simplified these two zeros, then 2 by 10 only we will get. Here also same equivalent rational numbers. So here we can write 20 by 100 to 70 by 100, many rational numbers, infinitely rational numbers, right? Infinitely many rational numbers we can write in between these two. Can we check with another example? If it is a denominators are same, so we understand quickly. So if denominators are different, if it is 3 by 5 and 3 by 4, example, 3 by 5 and 3 by 4 is a question. We are asking to write the rational numbers between these two numbers. How can we write? In that case, what you have to do, first you have to look at the denominator. First you have to make denominators equal. Already everybody know how to make a denominators equal. That is our LCM method. A common multiple of this 2. 5 ones are 4 as it is. 2 twos are 2 ones are. So 5 2 twos are 4. 4 5s are 20. What we got LCM? LCM is 20. Right? So what is next procedure? Next what we have to do? First we will take this 3 by 5. To make this 5 as a 20 means what number we have to multiply? This denominator, we have to make a denominator 20 now. So which number we have to multiply? We will get a 20. Which number we have to multiply? Then we will get a 20. Yes. This. Bharatesh, very good, beta. 4. Yes, that 4 we have to multiply in the numerator also and in the denominator too. So once again, if you first we have to make the denominators equal. So for that, if we are multiplying with the 4, then it will be 20. That same number we have to multiply for the numerator also. 3 4s are 12. 5 4s are 20. Right? Next, 3 by 4. To make this denominators equal, then what we have to multiply? To equal this denominator, to make 20 only, what number I have to multiply here? What number? Yes? Siddhamayesh, very good, beta. 5. So that 5 we have to multiply in the numerator also, in the denominator 2. So 3 5s are 15. So 4 5s are 20. Yes? Next. Now you can check. 12 and 15 is the equivalent rational number of this. So 13 by 20, 14 by 20, only we got 2 rational numbers. Yes, only 2 rational numbers we got. If we want more, they are asking write any 5, 10 in between these 2 numbers, then how? Only we got 2 rational numbers. Just now I said, ma'am, you only said, no ma'am, just now we only said that we can write infinitely many rational numbers, but we have got here only 2. In that case, what we have to, bigger numbers we need is, we have to multiply. Again, what we have to do? Any common number you can take. Any number, I'll take here 5. That 5 you have to multiply the numerator also, the denominator also. Here also, numerator also, the denominator also. We are making here equivalent rational numbers. Now 12 5s are 60. 5 2s are 10, means 600. And 15 5s are 75. Yes. By this 100. So here also denominators are equal. Here we can write infinitely many rational numbers. 10 you require, 10 you write. 5 you require, 5 you write. So bigger number you need means number you have to multiply with the bigger number. Yes. So like this we can write infinitely many rational numbers in between 2 rational numbers. Okay. So this will be continued in the next class. Even in the exercise problem also we will solve these types of problem. So what is the first procedure? First you have to make the denominators are equal. Okay, if it is different denominator we got, first thing is first we have to make a denominator equal. Yes, Nirmala, once again I am repeating better. See what is the question? We have to write 3 by 5 and 3 by 4 between rational numbers. So first we have to make denominators equal. दोनों को same कर देंगे, right? So denominator is equal. How can be denominator equal? 5 4s are 20, or else you can take a LCM. So 20. For this 3 by 5 we have to make it 20 means 4 we have to multiply. So that 4 we have to multiply the numerator also and the denominator also. So that's what 12 by 20 we got. And here also 4 we have to make it 20 means 5 we have to multiply. So that 5 we have to multiply in the numerator also and the denominators also. Okay. So once again I am repeating, but you can check. That's what 15 by 20 we got. Yes. 5. And only we got 2 rational numbers. That's what we are multiplying another number. Or else you can multiply with 3 also, 2 also, 4 also, 5 also. There is no problem. Can I take one more number so to make you understand? 1 by 4 and 1 by 2. Can I? 1 second. So you can understand better. 1 by 4 and 1 by 2. 1 by 4 and 1 by 2. What is first procedure? Can you only tell me? Yes, can you tell me? Yes, beta. Chitralekha, can you tell me what is our first procedure? To write the rational numbers between 2 rational numbers? Can you tell me? Yeah, 1 second I'm explaining. Can you tell me? What we can write, what we can do first, 1 by 4 and 1 by 2 is our question. We are asking to, yes, very good. First step is we have to take a LCM. 4 and 2. We have to take LCM. Everybody know how to take LCM? Yes. 2 2s are 4, 2 1s are. 2 ones are. So 2 twos are 4. 4 is the LCM, isn't it? Next, 1 by 4. To make 1 by 4, we have to multiply 1 only. So we get 1 by 4 only, right? Next, 1 by 2. Then we have to make a 4 means 2, we have to multiply the numerator and denominator. Second step, we have to make the denominators are equal. So that's what. 2 ones are 2 twos are 4. Only 1, see 1 and 2. There is no rational numbers in between. Then what is our next step? If we are not getting any rational numbers means what we have to do? If we are not getting any rational numbers between this. So we have to make an equivalent. Then what number I have to multiply? Any number you have to multiply. Any number you can take. Can I take 8? Any number, no problem. 8, can I multiply 8 in the numerator and the denominator? 8, right? Can we multiply numerator and denominator 8? So 8 ones are 4 8s are 32. Now 8 2s are 16, 4 8s are 32. Now we can write rational numbers between these two numbers. Can we write rational numbers between these two numbers? 8, then 9 by 32, 10 by 32, 11 by 32, 12 by 32, 13 by 32, then 14 by 32, 15 by 32. So we can write these rational numbers between those two numbers, 1 by 4 and 1 by 2. First procedure is, first you have to make the denominators are equal. Then you have to make the denominator should be equal for both. Then you have to multiply with any number. Now hopefully you got. Yes. So like this we will write the rational numbers between two rational numbers. Okay. So today's code is 1112. Today's code is 1112 1112. And please join me in the FCC to clarify your doubts. Yesterday what I said we'll go through today video conference call. So everybody please participate so we can interact with each other. So clarify our doubts and we will know each other. Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Don't write the code.